Good morning. All right, we got hydraulic fluid. I went down and picked up my part, and that was actually pretty awesome. The estimate was $400, and I was out the door at $258. So awesome shop. Anyway, fast forward. Alexa, play. Well, I did a pretty bad job of giving you any camera angles at all here. So anyway, obviously there's a pin, a big pin, that is the first part of the project, getting the rear attached. And after a while, I realized, because the pin, oh, hang on a second. Computer, cancel alarm. Computer, set a 10-minute timer. Computer, set a 10-minute timer.
10-minute timer started.
Filling up my water tank, and I don't want to do that all night long. Anyway, ideally you're supposed to rotate the cabin so that that pin is free, and then I could have just dropped the pin and looked up in the hole and squared up the lines, but instead the rear of that cylinder goes between two plates, and I'm able to reach in there and feel the hole and the alignment of the cylinder. So that was how I got it lined up, and eventually it went in, which should happen fairly shortly. By the way, the grease that back pin was the first time I've ever done that, so I'm glad I know that's there now. Alright, the next phase is hooking back up the hydraulic lines. And thank goodness it did not drop all 7 gallons out. I only had to put about 2 gallons back to top it off. Hello. Okay, I got back. Got all my preventative maintenance done. Shingles, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and I even had my ultrasound for my aortic abdominal aneurysm, which I didn't even know was a thing, but they checked for it. All right, I'm gonna go on fast forward. We're just gonna wipe the floors off, get some of the grease out of it, and that'll be it. Fast forward. Notice here that this thing is going to start with one pull. If I can only teach one thing in my life to one person, that started on one pole, and it's been sitting for a year or whatever. Close the gas off, let the carburetor run dry. It works. Okay, well, ran this thing back and forth several times again, got the air out of it, and when I swing to the left and stop abruptly, that doesn't move. So I think we actually fixed it. And this barrel here, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I never noticed it for sure, but that was loose right there. This cap on that cylinder was backed off about a 1/4 inch. So I definitely had a leak there of some sort. But I don't think it was the leak that was causing this to swing without being told to swing. Anyway, cool. All right. Well, I got the radio on in the background, so you can't hear the guy holding the camera talk. Anyway, probably didn't even see it. The floors look a lot cleaner. I got a lot of the crud off there. What I'm explaining here is I got a horn switch in place of that foot pedal or foot switch for Go Fast, and I'm about to test that, and hopefully you can see the difference. But what a big deal! Like going down the driveway or having to go out to the street, this thing will get there literally twice as fast. I think it's like 3.5 miles or miles per hour or something. Well, we can end it here. Just putting the floor back, and I realized the reason why the floor was rattling is because it actually had 5 bolts. One was just bound up, wasn't doing anything. But 3 were attached, and the 4th one was just singing like a bird. So I've only got, actually no, that's right. I've only got 2 that are attached. So I got some more work to get that down properly. Anyway, I'll see you later.